Okay guys, Mike at Mike's Golf Shop here today. Gonna kind of give you the punchline on the latest video series that we've done to improve your contact with your irons so that you hit more solid shots and hit more greens in regulation. So that's the whole gag behind this whole video series, and I split it up into components to give you some things to think about and try to start connecting the dots on how this thing is done, okay? And what we've told you is, showed you kind of how the wrists work and some of these lever action hitting things. And so basically, I'm gonna give you, one last little snippet here of what you should consider and what you should go out there and integrate into your swing to help you hit the iron shots more solidly. The number one thing is to do this, what you've got to have the club doing. The club's got to approach the ball on a shallower angle. So as the most shallow way you can make that thing happen is having a wide radius to your swing. And what destroys the radius in your swing most of the time is your wrist action, because if the wrists ever go that direction, you can see how that's completely destroyed the radius of this swing. We want this radius to stay wide. We want the angle of approach to be shallow. That way you're not taking too much of a divot and you're coming in there pretty shallow. You can hit the ball in the middle of the face, okay? So what's the clincher? What's the easy, simple thing that's going to allow this to happen to where you do in fact have forward shaft length and you hit the ball solidly with your irons, okay? That one thing that you've got to concentrate on is how do the hands and wrists and arms work on the downswing, okay? Everybody can kind of put it up there on the backswing in pretty good position, but what are you doing wrong that's keeping you from being shallow coming into the ball and keeping you from having that forward shaft length? All right, that one thing that you need to focus on doing correctly, okay, is that your forearms, your right forearm specifically, should rotate as you're looking at it. Of course, the camera's looking at it would be counterclockwise. The way I'm looking at it, my right forearm is going to rotate clockwise. Okay? That's the number one thing you can do to improve your iron shots coming off, hitting off the ground. Okay? Because if you rotate your right forearm in a clockwise fashion as you're looking at it from your own eyes, same thing with your left arm rotates the same way. You can see how it's shallowing out that club. But the number one thing it's doing is it's keeping the club head behind your hands, okay? If you approach the ball, if you rotate both those forearms in that clockwise fashion, as you approach the ball, you'll see that the shaft is angling forward. And the only thing that's going to keep it angling forward is the fact that this palm is away from your body and the back of this hand is away from your body. Your thumbs are pointed to the right of your body as you strike the shot, okay? So it's the way your hands operate on the downswing that makes that happen. It lowers that club head. It allows you to maintain that radius, keeping the forward shaft length to improve your solid iron, make your iron shots more solid. So, to recapitulate the whole thing, we got to maintain a wide radius to hit these shots solid. We got to approach the ball on a shallow angle so that you got a bigger margin for error, okay? And the thing that's going to turn it on for you and allow you to do that is rotating your forearms on the way down, okay? So that's the key. So that's the end of this series, how to hit your iron shots better.